Hi, I'm Martina Pennisi, and I'm here with
Kevin Hauswirth. I'm the Director of Social Media for the City of Chicago and Mayor Emanuel.
Okay. How can you describe the city's social media director mission?
Sure. So Mayor Emanuel really wanted to make sure that social media was at the core of how we engage with the public. So our team is making sure that as there's conversations happening all around the city about how to make operations work better and how to make the city more efficient, and that we're participant in those conversations online. So we're dedicated to looking at ways that we can bring together online and offline conversations to make Chicago run better.
I guess, and I know that you are not alone in digital mayor teams, so how many you are and how you work?
Yeah, so there are 3 jobs that when we came into office in May of 2011, there was a head of digital, a head of social, and a head of data that were established by Mayor Emanuel for the first time ever in Chicago. The head of data is really looking at ways to increase government transparency with open data and analytics. The chief technology officer is looking at digital infrastructure and digital policy issues, ensuring that as many Chicagoans as possible have access to digital tools and resources and the internet. And on the social side, we're really looking at ways that we can make sure that the government can hear from the people in a more dedicated way, and that also that Chicagoans have more access to what's going on in City Hall via communication channels online.
How ChicagoShovel.org works?
Okay, ChicagoShovels.org was a site that we put together during the winter. We get a lot of snow in Chicago winters, and we wanted to reorganize the way government works to make it easier for the people to get resources. So there are 3 things on that site. One, and our most favorite probably, is the plow tracker. And there is a GPS device in every snow truck, and we put that information online. So at any time during a storm, you can look on a map and see sometimes more than 300 points on the map, and that's where the snow trucks are. And so you can see exactly when it's going by your house. We also created tools where the people can come together to shovel and clear off snow from their own neighborhoods. And lastly, there's a piece that teams up folks that might be elderly or have disabilities, and it partners them with someone who's willing to lend a hand and give a little extra help. And ChicagoShovels.org is where all that lives in one place.
Can you describe the other similar projects?
So actually, a lot of the digital projects that we're working on all live at digital.cityofchicago.org. So you'll see everything from when we do Facebook town halls or participatory budgeting. There's also a map on there, and you can see everywhere the mayor has gone around town. You can connect with every social media site in the city, and there are dozens of agencies who are using Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and Twitter to engage with the public, and we've listed out all of those accounts on digital.cityofchicago.org.
How citizens react?
You know, I think like most cities, the citizens were already online, and they're already using these tools, and governments are a little bit late to that game. So I think that originally people were excited to see that the government was engaging in this space, and now we're able to share information like never before. So things happening in the real world or things happening in the mayor's office are no longer disconnected, and we really see that people are excited to be heard, and to be responded to, and really kind of create this dialogue so we can solve problems together. And that's at the core of what a democracy is supposed to do.
And how do you involve offline people if you do this?
Yeah, so it's really important to make sure that anything that we're doing online is also happening offline, so it maintains, there's a realness to it, and it engages folks who might not be as active online. A great example of that is we did something called a Facebook town hall, where the mayor went to a studio at a college, at a college in the city. People submitted questions online, but there are also viewing locations all across the city. And then you could watch this live dialogue via Facebook. And we set up locations all over the city, so if you didn't have a computer at your house or you didn't have a strong internet connection, you could go to a community center and be engaged in a dialogue not only with the mayor, but you could also see what Chicagoans are saying in real time, because there's a Twitter box and there's a chat box. So here you had this dialogue with the mayor where he's answering questions that were submitted by the people, and at the same time being part of a conversation with Chicagoans all over the city.
How does the mayor interact with you and your work daily?
So I think it's really important that you approach social media in a very collaborative way, and I think it's about just like social media itself, it's about sharing and collaboration. So we have trained social media folks at just about every agency in the city, and the mayor also sees it as a way where he can engage directly with the people. So sometimes it's as simple as making sure what he's doing is put on Twitter. We also live stream at press conferences, and we live stream city council meetings. So if you want to see what he's doing at city council or in press events, you can watch that online. And then we create forums that are dedicated solely to direct participation with the mayor, and that happens often in our Facebook town halls.
Here we are close to election, and after many scandals, transparency is a trend topic. So can you explain why it's so important for administration?
Sure. So government data and government information, at the end of the day, it belongs to the people. And it's the people's information, it's the people's data, and it's the responsibility of governments to make that not only accessible but also useful to residents. So data.cityofchicago.org is where our data portal lives, and there are hundreds and hundreds of data sets on there with everything from lobbyist information to the location of parks. And really the risk is not engaging in this dialogue, and we found that transparency has empowered the public to become more involved and proactive with their government.
So it is not a risk?
There's risks in everything that anyone ever does. I think that the benefits of transparency and open government far outweigh the risks.
Okay, thank you very much.